Good afternoon. The State of the Union address. I know they changed the name to something corny. Um, I watched it. It was long, but it didn't seem long the way Trump was floating with his mandate or dialogue, monologue, speech. Um, the experts said that he pretty much stayed on. He stayed on the speech. He stayed on track. He didn't go off, you know, on his own. He didn't freestyle as much. Um, there was a lot of people that he acknowledged, civilians who did either heroic efforts or their story is compelling. Um, someone captivity as far as this Israel Gaza situation. Um, but it just still some pettiness that's on both sides. And this particular night was the Democrats' turn to be petty. Uh, it's just you can't acknowledge someone, uh, as far as who's afflicted with cancer, the young man uh, who wants to be a security um, personnel or an agent or work in law enforcement who has cancer. We couldn't stand up to acknowledge that young man, that kid. We couldn't stand up to acknowledge um, the gentleman who's released from captivity in Gaza um, by Hamas. We couldn't stand up to, kind of cheer him on in support, and several others that were there with their amazing stories. And I think when you have civilians, I think they are above the fray. I think we need to remember that it's not political. It shouldn't be political, but we make it political on both sides, and you look silly. You're so worried about coordinated outfits and holding up signs, T-shirts, and Congressman Green, who apparently, but he had his reasons for doing what he did. Um, like I said, I remember in Obama's first one of his State of the Union address, where one of the representatives or senators, I believe he was a representative, um, outright said, yelled out, outburst, "You lie!" There's no more decorum anymore. Basically, what I'm getting at, uh, and once again, a lot of things that we were taught as kids, or when we were young, or that we saw, um, displayed to us as far as how have manners and stuff like that. It's irrelevant now. Everybody's on self mission. Everybody's for what's convenient for their brands, um, how much of a bag they need to have, and that's great. That's a capitalistic society, and I'm not mad at it. But it's still this thing called respect and class that I think should always be first and foremost. We need to start respecting people. You know, um, you understand what I'm saying? I just general initial respect, but everyone has their own way of about going about relationships and how they go about their day. And I'm just bringing attention to that particular part in Congress. It just seems to be petty, to be honest with you. Asinine. It's crazy. Supposed to be the leaders, the free world leaders. Um, but, I don't know. Just some thoughts, man. Ramadan Mubarak. Peace.